So almost 2 years today, I was losing a ton of weight. I was about 4 years cancer free, and I was starting to worry because I thought that, wow, I'm losing all this weight. I'm feeling a little more fatigued, a little more worn down. And I was like, I pray that I am not having cancer again. And I was going in to get my checkup, and I got my results back, and it said, all your cancer labs are perfect. No tumor markers, everything. But there was one red flag, and that was actually my glucose level. And what you want your glucose level to be is under about 120. And at that time, for the day, I was over 300. I wasn't eating super unhealthy. I was actually eating really clean. I felt like I was on a good routine too, working out and doing these things, but I was wondering, why was I losing all this weight? Well, go to find out, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, late onset, at the age of 29 years old. And it really was like, I just got over cancer just a few years ago, and now I'm diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. My goodness, how much more can my life, take a whirlwind? But quickly I had to realize that diabetes was not going to control my life. I was going to be the one in control of my diabetes, meaning I wasn't going to be this person where I can never eat a carb again. I can never eat, have, a few drinks. I can never go out and enjoy, some desserts and things like that. I was going to figure out, how do I control myself and how do I best work through that throughout the day. And today, I want to give you my top 3 tips to really help control your blood sugar, whether you're type 1 diabetes, whether you're type 2 diabetes, or whether you just feel like you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Because even if you're not diabetic, the last thing you want to do is constantly be spiking your blood sugar and then having these insulin drops throughout your day. All that's going to do is spike your energy up and down, and you're going to have these roller coasters of energy, roller coasters of emotion, and it's not going to be good for your health. So let me give you my top 3 tips that have helped me manage my diabetes as best as I possibly can, and still be able to enjoy my life and go out and do the things that I love. So the very first thing is, majority of my meals is low glycemic index carbs. So as I just told you, it's carbs, but it's low glycemic index carbs. So what that means is, it's not that you can't eat carbs, but when you do, you want to have on what's called a lower glycemic index platform, meaning it's not going to just spike your insulin. So if you have a candy bar, if you have pizza, if you have pastries, things like that, if you have cereals in the morning, what it's going to do is it's going to take your blood sugar, and you are going to, let's say you're at 120, within 30 to 40 minutes, you might be at 220 because it's spiking so quickly. But if you switch your carbs around and you have like berries, you have sweet potatoes, you have quinoa, you have vegetables, your insulin level or your blood sugar is not going to spike as much. It's going to be a gradual increase, and it's going to allow you to manage your blood sugar so much easier, especially as a type 1 and a type 2. I'm able to take less insulin on it. My blood sugar isn't making these massive spikes. So instead of going to 120 to 220, it's going to go 120 to slowly in about an hour, maybe to 160 or 170. And then with the insulin, it's going to nice and easily come right back down. So lower glycemic index carbs is going to be your best bet for the majority of the day. And then when you do have your, ice cream or your pop or whatever that is, try to limit it. And when you do, just be conscious of it and know that you probably are going to have these spikes. So if you are taking insulin, make sure you're taking accordingly. If you are not even a diabetic, just know that you should be fine, but just try to do it in moderation so you're not getting these spikes, so that you aren't putting a lot of pressure on your pancreas that could potentially cause you to have type 2 diabetes down the road. So that's number 1. Number 2 is having proteins and fats with your carbs. So even though I'm having low glycemic index carbs, I also want to be having healthy proteins and healthy fats, whether it's meats, whether it's nuts, whether it's certain healthy oils, whether it's fish, you name it. And the reason for this is because when you are eating proteins and fats, it's also able to help regulate your blood sugar so you're not spiking as quickly as well, because your body is processing a bunch of different macronutrients, which is your proteins, your fats, and carbs, all at the same time, not putting a ton of pressure on that pancreas and spiking that blood sugar as quickly as possible. And on top of that, try to have more high fiber meals as well, because what that's going to do is it's really going to help to regulate the food. It's going to help with your gut, and it's going to ultimately help with your stomach and your blood sugar as well. So higher fiber foods is going to be your best bet when you are taking in carbs as well. So we have having food with your or having proteins and fats with your carbs, and then also making sure we're having lower glycemic index carbs as well. And then lastly, away from the food, is doing cardio. Now what I found with lifting is it doesn't really affect my blood sugar of lowering very much, but when I do cardio, whether it's walking, whether it's jogging, whether it's doing what's called a HIIT workout where you're elevating your heart rate and you are really using your cardiovascular system, that is going to help lower your blood sugar as well. So if you are doing cardio 3 to 5 times a week for 30 minutes to an hour, you are helping regulate your blood sugar by having a better cardiovascular system. And for some reason, I just noticed that it lowers my blood sugar and it allows me to manage and control. So if I do eat carbs, I actually don't have to take as much insulin, because I know that when I do go for a walk or I do go do this cardiovascular activity, it's actually going to lower it on its own as well. And that to me is a type 1 diabetic. So for a type 2 diabetic, or not even a diabetic, that is super important. And then if you are going for, and you do a lot of cardio, you'll see a lot of people have like goo packets or honey packets, things like that. And those are actually going to help by giving them the blood sugar they need, because if you notice, they take that because their blood sugar is dropping because they are doing cardio activities, and they need that for energy, for fuel, and bringing their blood sugar back up actually. So those 3 things are going to help manage your diabetes if you have it, or just manage your blood sugar so you can live a healthier lifestyle, so that you don't have to worry about being a type 2 diabetic down the road, or having these massive energy spikes throughout the day, highs and lows. By 2 p.m. you're down in the dump. And the reason why is because a lot of times we have a heavy carb meal, and then that's spiking at lunchtime. Guess what that's doing? That's spiking our blood sugar, and then it's dropping by 2 p.m. And when your insulin kicks in and your blood sugar drops so quickly, your energy level completely depletes. So if you can just control these 3 things, you will live a healthier life, you will manage your blood sugar, and it's made a huge difference in my life as well. So I hope this helps you guys. I'm gonna start doing more health tips along with mindset as well, because that has been literally my life the past 10 years, whether it is recovering from cancer, being a diabetic, or just living a healthy lifestyle. I think that living a healthy, holistic lifestyle, meaning using the right foods, the micronutrients, the macronutrients, things that I am going to dive really deep into here, is going to help you have less doctor visits. It's going to help your labs, your blood work be as good as possible, and it's going to help you feel more energized and more productive throughout your day. And then as you grow older, it's going to allow you to live a longer, healthier, and happy life as well. So if you could just please like this if you got any value from it, and subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, just stay tuned for more health tips, stay tuned for more just healthy, holistic lifestyle things that I'm excited to share in the near future. And if you are looking to work with me ever as a coach, down below is a link where you can actually join my program, and it's called Survivor HQ, and it's for individuals who've overcome something challenging in their life and just looking to live a healthier lifestyle to really elevate themselves to the next level through their mindset, through their body, through their nutrition, and then figuring out where they want to go next with their life. So once again, I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day. Let's start living a healthier lifestyle, and let's get after it.